Next, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. Today, our friends are aboard a speeding train heading from Ogunquit, Maine to New York City, where tomorrow night, the grand premiere of the motion picture that stars the Backstages, the musical of Treasure Island, will open. And as our friends enjoy the countryside, the train rolls ahead.
Well, I just hope the movie gets good reviews, don't you?
Well, I think it might. From the rushes we saw, it looked pretty good, Calvin.
I happened to see some advanced publicity in one of the magazines I had forgotten here 2-3 weeks ago, and it was quite encouraging. They thought that this possibly could be an award-winning movie.
Did they really say that?
Yeah.
Boy, that's great. Maybe we'll have a whole new career open up for us.
Well, I don't know. That's an interesting question. People will be asking us now, do we prefer the...
That's an old friend of ours.
For goodness sake.
Hello. Hello.
Hello there, Train Bob.
Hello, Train Bob.
People will start asking us now, do we prefer the reactions of the live audience as we do a Broadway show?
Yes, yes.
Or movies, what's the difference between making a movie and doing a Broadway show, and TV,
Right.
and so forth?
Get all those interview questions. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Wonder if he's going back to see the opening himself.
I don't know. That reminds me now. It gets me thinking. I don't know whether I prefer doing a Broadway show or a movie. You know, you do have that audience reaction, which you never have in a movie.
Yes, the immediate live reaction. On the other hand, if you make a mistake in a movie scene, you can do the scene over again, and no one's the wiser.
Well, it's part of the boredom of it. I mean, to do one scene 10 different times, you lose your feeling, the spontaneity of it.
That's right. It becomes too mechanical, whereas on the stage, you know... Hello? You know,
We're going through Schenectady. Thank you, Train Bob.
You've got to do it right in front of a live audience. Oh, that's true, yes.
Yes.
Do we go through Schenectady to get to New York from Ogunquit, Maine?
I don't know. I thought that's what he said. Maybe it was something else.
No, he did. He said Schenectady, Schenectady, Schenectady.
Well, could there be a Schenectady, Maine, or Schenectady, New Hampshire?
Maybe there could. You know, the most unusual town names I've found are not always just the only ones. Sometimes there are 2 or 3 of them.
Yes. Like, give me an example.
Well, like Paris, Maine, Paris Island, Georgia. Like Walla Walla. Well, there's only one Walla Walla.
I was going to say, if you could name the other Walla.
Spokane.
Yeah. Well, that's not a Walla.
No.
That's in Washington.
It's a one of a kind, too, come to think of it.
Spokane is. There's not 2 Spokanes that you know of?
don't
They
believe
pronounce it
so.
Spokane, anyway.
I know they do, but it's the same city. There's only one of them.
Yeah.
Los Angeles.
Well, there must be several Los
yes,
Angeles.
I think that's true. I
That
don't know.
translates the angels, you
Yes,
know.
where the other ones are.
Los
Maybe
is-
South America.
Los is the in Spanish.
Hello.
Angeles would be the angels. The angels, you see.
Yes, and
yeah,
the
we
angels.
figured that out ourselves, Mary. Yeah.
We're going through Honolulu right now. he
Then
said.
if you know so much, Mary, what would Las Vegas mean? Las would mean what, those? And what would Vegas mean?
Guitars, I guess.
Probably the guitars.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It seemed to you as if the train is slowing down.
Let me look and see.
No, I think
No.
your earphones aren't working.
No, it's not slowing down. We're going along fine.
Oh, good. Well, I bet there'll be a big crowd there to meet us when we pull into Penn Station in good old New York.
Well, who said so?
Well, I think Greg Marlowe will set that up, don't you?
You mean TV lights and microphones being pushed into your face
Sure.
and people asking, what do you think of your new movie? And...
Stuart Klein will be there.
Oh, really? All those people?
Gloria Rojas. Yes, they'll all be there covering our arrival, I'm sure.
For goodness sakes. How about Walter Cronkite, the neighbor?
He doesn't go out on jobs like that, I don't think. But there'll be celebrities there. You wait and see.
Well, I certainly better powder my face and get ready.
And so the train roars on toward New York and the opening of the musical movie Treasure Island. And you'll want to be here tomorrow, just before the curtain goes up, when we'll hear Calvin say,
There really was a Schenectady, but I don't understand where we are.
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking.
Okay, let's check with Wally Ballou now. He's in Coney Island today with the Bob and Ray Trophy Train. So come in, please, Wally Ballou.
Wally Ballou here at Coney Island, and as you can imagine, on a day such as this, it's a gay atmosphere that prevails, as it will throughout the summer, I guess. Maybe you can hear the gulls floating lazily above the beach, the roar of the ocean as it crashes on the sand, although I can't see it. So many people here. Mr. Gilmore, how many people would you estimate are on the beach this afternoon? Any idea?
Well, I'm not a very good estimator of crowds like this. It's very, very difficult. I'll say, though, that there's more than a few here.
Well, that's certainly right. And there's entertainment galore on the trophy train.
Yes, we have added... well, I'm going to be quiet.
Yes, I'm going right now. We just caught this.
This fella sings the Coney Island Washboard Gal. It's a big favorite.
Good one out here.
Yeah.
He would play it on the boardwalk every day. Soap suds all around, bubbles on the ground. Rub-a-dub in the little tub, everything she found. Thimbles on her fingers made the noise as she played it every Monday for the boy. She would drag a tune right through the knees of a brand new pair of BVDs. My Coney Island washboard, Coney Island washboard, Coney Island washboard gal.
Well, that's it. The Coney Island washboard for a Monday afternoon here with the trophy train and all of the happy people going aboard it.
We've had a wonderful reaction here at the trophy train, Coney Island. We're very pleased with it.
And I think you're featuring some hot dogs as the special of the
You bet
day.
we are, right.
Wally Ballou, then I'll report in later. Now back to the studio.
Today, our beautifully decorated Bob and Ray studio is graced by the presence of Clifton Wordlinger. And he's here to tell us about his trade. He's a pizza flipper at John's Circular Food Restaurant over here on 42nd Street. Are you from New York, Mr. Wordlinger?
No, I'm from Menlo Park, New Jersey, Mr. Golding.
And isn't Menlo Park the home of Thomas A. Edison, the wizard of Menlo Park?
Yes, although in his younger years, he wasn't known as a wizard.
Well, I guess a person has to do quite a bit before he's known as a wizard.
That's right. And that's the reason you won't find too many young wizards around these days.
Well, Edison certainly was a Garden State genius. I'll say that for him. No question of that. Just his work on the movie camera alone would qualify him for that.
And when you add to that the incandescent light.
Yeah, he was a New Jersey great, all right. Now, how did you become a pizza flipper, Mr. Wordlinger?
Well, my uncle Joseph Hanover was a famous pizza flipper, and he taught me how to flip pizza.
Joseph Hanover. Mm-hmm. I believe as a child I used to sneak into the, was it the Rococo restaurant where he was?
Yes, that's right, the Rococo. That's where he worked.
I used to sneak in just to watch your uncle work in the center of the restaurant, flipping them as high as 40 feet sometimes. Whatever happened to your uncle, Mr. Wordlinger?
Well, his eyesight started to go. A lot of the stuff he was throwing into the air began to settle on the patrons. He wasn't much good after that.
Well, I'm certainly glad I caught your uncle, Joseph Hanover, while he was in his prime.
I didn't have that kind of luck. I was there on his last night. Proud, defiant man.
Well, look, you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, Mr. Wordlinger.
Oh, that's all right. It's no good to keep these things bottled up. Actually, it's the first time in years I've talked about him, and I feel a bit better for doing it.
I'll tell you what I remember about him. He had these leonine features and gnarled hands and this ageless kind of dignity.
Well, I think we'd all have to say that the man was touched by greatness.
I don't know if you know this, Mr. Wordlinger, but in those days, your uncle was often compared to Ben Turpin.
I didn't know that, no.
Well, your uncle was a modest man, and he probably didn't want to tell you about it.
Another measure of his greatness, Mr. Cooley.
Yes. And, well, he had the deep, rich quality of burnished brass. Incidentally, he was a personal friend of, who was that chap I was thinking of? Well, it'll come to mind. He's a very prominent person here in town. Former Mayor Lindsay, I believe.
Oh, well, I had heard that. It's good to have it confirmed.
Well, time is running out, Mr. Wordlinger, so I'd like to ask you, has there been any recent or radical change in pizza flipping since your uncle's day?
Well, yes. We don't flip the pizzas as high as they used to in the old days. There's too many pizza snatchers around.
And a pizza snatcher is a person who grabs the descending pizza before it lands and runs off with it?
Yes, that's right. Even when we throw them up as little as 2 feet. We have to elbow our way in there to grab them.
That's a very unusual situation. And, of course, you've been a very unusual guest. Clifton Wordlinger, nephew of Joseph Hanover, a New Jersey great, a former pizza great. Thank you very much.
Next, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. It's the night of the grand premiere of the motion picture musical Treasure Island, starring Mary and Harry Backstage at the Summer Garden Theater in New York. The picture is nearing its conclusion, and in the lobby, Mary, Harry, Pop, and Greg, and Calvin wait for the audience to come out and the first reactions.
Well, I wish I didn't have to wear this suit, you know, this top hat and the long tails and the vest. I'm just ringing here.
Well, it's what you wear on an opening night premiere, Calvin.
Oh,
and you do look pretty good.
And these gloves and the cane. I mean, I'm really roasting.
Say, look over there. Isn't that Larry Gray, the interviewer?
Oh, yes, it is. He must be interviewing all the celebrities who are here to see the opening of our new movie.
They're just about ready to pour out. I figure the picture's over in about half a minute.
Did you get any feeling from the audience? Did they like it, or what did you
I
think?
couldn't tell, Mary. I was so excited sitting there and watching our performance.
I don't know. I guess maybe it was the heat, but I fell asleep. I had a nap for about 15, 20 minutes. I missed most of the movie.
Oh, well, I'm sorry about that.
What can you do?
Let's go over and see if we can listen to some of the interviews. Here come some people out of the theater. Oh, there's some celebrities, too. All right, we're on the air. Will you be quiet, please? The movie premiere of Treasure Island has just concluded, and some of the people are flowing out here into the lobby, and I'd like to ask some of the more famous... Frankie Lane, would you come over here just a minute, Frankie? Frankie Lane, ladies and gentlemen, here to see the premiere of the Backstage picture, Treasure Island. Frankie, I bet you got something good to say about the picture, don't you?
Hey, I think that's Frankie Lane. They're trying to get him up to the microphone.
Yeah, sure looks like Frankie.
Sure it is. That's who it is.
Yeah, well, he's going to talk to him, I guess, when he gets the microphone ready. Yeah. Yes,
you know, it's funny that...
Oh, it's the Backstages, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
This is Backstage. I couldn't quite get through to the celebrities over there in the corner, but my assistant's helping me. What did you think of your picture?
Well, of course, I was the star of the motion picture, and I enjoyed it very much.
You played Mrs. Squire Trelawney, I believe.
Yes, that's right.
When was the picture made, Mrs. Backstage?
It was made several months ago out in Hawaii and then down in Samoa.
Oh, yes.
And we did a lot of it in Hollywood.
Bet you had some exciting times out there. Excuse me just a minute.
Did.
I see Frankie Lane.
Dad.
Hello, Frankie.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Frankie Lane saying hello to you and all your listeners.
Frankie, I wanted to
Is
ask...
it true some of them would like a personally autographed photo?
No, there's no time for that. Thank you, Frankie, for talking with us. I did want to ask him how he liked the picture, but he...
How do you like the picture,
beat
Frankie?
it. No, he beat it right away.
What do you mean? He held his fingers to his nose.
Well, I don't know that. Wait a minute. Somebody's at the door coming.
Hello, I'm Bert Lancaster.
Oh!
Sure, Bert. We're going to call you over. I'd like to ask you a question or two.
What can I do for you?
Well, I'd like to know what that title of your movie I saw on TV last night, Rope of Sand, what does that mean? Can you tell us?
Well, it refers to a desert. But in particular, it means the deadly South African desert that coils around the fabulous diamond fields. It makes a natural barrier protecting the richest area on the face of the earth.
Well, thanks very much, Bert. And what did you think of Oh, he's gone back into the crowd. Mrs. Backstage, I wanted to ask you one thing. Did you have some exciting experience while you made the movie?
Well, not that I so long ago, I can hardly remember.
Well, my assistant just handed me a note. Vic Damone just flew in for the premiere tonight. Vic, did you enjoy it?
I thought I would drop in like this and take this opportunity to say hello to all of your listeners and to thank you for playing my record.
Right, well, it's been an exciting time.
I want you to know how much I really appreciate this. And all the boys over here join me in saying hello to our friends and relatives in the States.
Okay, Vic, very good.
That's very nice, Vic.
Vic
Say hello to everybody, wherever you came from.
Right, well, he was over there in Europe, I guess, making a movie. And
Hi.
Hi.
This is Eddie Fisher.
Oh, hi, Eddie.
I've just had the pleasure of recording a song called How Do You Speak to an Angel?
How do you
This is the song from the new Broadway musical Hazel Flag.
Hazel
I
Flag.
had a lot of luck with another Broadway tune called
Hazel
Wish You Were
Flag.
Here. And I hope that
Who
we
is he, Ben?
can repeat
Oh, you bet.
with How Do You Speak to an Angel.
You folks stand back. We're on
Thanks
the
for
air
listening,
here.
and I still would like to know,
How do you speak to
how do you speak to an
Well,
angel?
I don't know, Eddie. Here's an old friend of mine, Tennessee, Ernie Ford. And Ernie, you're an old hand at the microphone. Say a few words, will you?
Hi there, everybody.
Hi.
Well, you're not far off on that microphone business. I cut my show business teeth on a radio microphone.
You did.
And as the hours I've whirled away behind the mic and a pile of fine records.
Right, and here's Fred Astaire. Fred, welcome to the premiere. Fred?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Right.
Very glad to be here.
Did you like Treasure Island?
I've been very fortunate to have many lovely girls to dance with.
Uh-huh.
Ginger, Rita, Judy, Eleanor, Joan, Betty, Vera.
I never
know
danced
their last names. We won't go into that.
I never danced with you, Mr. Astaire, that I recall.
Mary, do you know Ethel Merman? She's right over here. Ethel, could we have a word or two from you, please?
Hi, everybody. This is Ethel Merman.
Hi, Ethel.
It's a pleasure to be here today, and I hope I can answer all those questions you've got ready to throw at me.
Well, my assistant says we don't have too much time, but I did want to ask you one or two things. Did you ever take singing
no,
lessons?
I have never had a singing lesson in my life. And my good friend George Gershwin once told me, Ethel, never go near a singing teacher.
Wonderful.
Because if you do,
I could tell you never had a
you'll
lesson.
become conscious of your breathing
Yeah.
and the movement of the diaphragm. And he said, you do all right now, so let's keep it that way. And I've always remembered what he told me, and I have never had a singing lesson in my life.
How'd you like Treasure Island?
It certainly was nice spending these few moments here, and I hope you'll invite me again.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
So long. Wouldn't be a show without this fella. Say hello to Sammy Davis, everybody.
Oh, hello, Sammy.
Hi, this is Sammy Davis, Jr., and I want to thank you for inviting me here on your show today.
Well, how about you? Did you enjoy the film,
May
Sammy?
I say in closing, you've been just wonderful, and it's been a pleasure being on your show, and I hope you will invite me soon again.
And so the premiere is over, and the votes are in. But was the movie a success or not? Be sure and join us tomorrow when we'll hear Calvin say,
Oh, the papers really panned it.
that's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Very Backstage Noble White. Word Carr speaking. You listen to both the Bob and Ray Show and another radio program for a period of between 8 and 10 days, and has some findings to report. First of all, sir, the usual disclaimer, you've never met me before.
2 weeks ago, when I was introduced to you, and you told me that I was to participate for a fee in this.
Well, how did... Bob, you've been out for a week, huh? This, who told you to report here, sir? I don't remember meeting you.
2 weeks ago, and you gave me this check. I haven't
see.
even put it in the bank
I
yet.
see the signature on
There
it?
it is.
Oh, it's legitimate enough.
Sure is. And now, the Monongahela Metal Foundry, maker of extra shiny steel ingots for home and office use, invites you to ride with the men of Squad Car 119.
My name's Sam Finch. Me and my partner, Ralph R. Kruger, Jr., we're the unsung heroes of the police force. We ride a prowl car at night, driving with the headlights on when it's dark and turning them off when it's daylight. But either way, we're always on the lookout for trouble. The other evening, we just gotten back into the squad car after taking our dinner break when my partner, Ralph R. Kruger, Jr., turned to me and said,
Did you know those little chocolate-covered after-dinner mints cost 3 cents a piece now, Sam?
You mean the ones in foil wrappers that they always keep next to the cash register?
That's right. My dinner check came to $2.98, so I just told the cashier to take a couple of after-dinner mints, and she could keep the change from $3.
Then I suppose she said you owed her more money, huh?
Yeah, she said the mints were 3 cents a piece now. I put one of them back and gave her an extra penny. I guess I was ashamed to put them both back.
I can understand that, Ralph R. Jr. Putting them both back would have made you look like a cheapskate.
That's the way I figured it, Sam. Besides, what could I have bought with my 2 cents change? You know, even after-dinner mints cost 3 cents a piece now.
Yeah, that's true.
Calling Car 119, investigate a burglar alarm ringing at 2845 North Wilshire. A burglar alarm at 2845 North Wilshire.
That's us. We better roll, but I don't think we have to. That's not in our district, come to think of it.
Is that right? You sure about that? We've answered calls on Wilshire before.
Only on the west side of Wilshire. 4528's an even number. That means it's on the east side of the street, so it's not in our district.
Maybe you're right, Sam. I know Wilshire is the dividing line, but does the line run down the middle of the street or over on the east side?
Down the middle. Dividing lines between districts always run down the middle of the street, so 4528's not in our district.
Maybe you're right, Sam. You think maybe we should radio the dispatcher and tell him we're not going because it's not in our district?
No need to do that, Ralph R. Jr. The dispatcher's got a map of the district right up on the wall of his office.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. One look at the map and he'll know right away that 4528's not in our district.
Sure. He's probably onto his mistake now.
Car 119, car 119. Disregard that call on a ringing burglar alarm at 2845 North Wilshire. The case has been handled by the men of squad car 306. The suspect has been apprehended, booked, and brought to trial. In 1 minute, the results of that trial.
And while we're waiting to hear the outcome of today's exciting case, here's important news of the sale of the year at your Monongahela Metal Foundry showroom. Perhaps you're one of many who's postponed buying new extra shiny steel ingots for your home because you thought you couldn't afford a full set of 6. No need to delay longer. For a limited time, your Monongahela dealer is offering 1 ingot absolutely free with the purchase of any 5 at the regular price. So why not decorate your home for all the big holiday weekends that'll be coming up during the year ahead? Visit your Monongahela agent and ask about its big 6 for the price of 5 sale today.
The suspect in that ringing burglar alarm case at 2845 North Wilshire was convicted on 1 count of disturbing the peace by ringing a burglar alarm. Disturbing the peace is punishable by a fine of not less than $5 or a prison term of more than 5 years. Let's see, Wally Ballou is standing by now with the Bob and Ray Trophy train at, well, I don't know where he is. Wally will tell us. Come in, please, Wally Ballou.
Steeplechase Pier here in Coney Island with the second day of fans going aboard the trophy train, seeing some of the Bob and Ray Anna, which it contains, eating some of the food, which Mr. Gilmore supervises, and in general, having a fine day of sun, sea, and trophies. Mr. Gilmore, there is going to be a firework display here at 9 o'clock tonight, I'm told.
Sir. That's right, Mr. Blue. What was that you said? Sun and what was
Sun, sea, and trophies.
Sun, sea, and trophies. That's beautiful. I'm going to make a note of that.
Oh, it's not that good.
Oh, you're just modest. You have a wonderful way with words. I've been listening to you quite critically now that I've been on the air so much.
It's my business, you know.
I consider myself qualified to criticize broadcasters, and I've heard a lot of them come, and I've heard a lot of broadcasters go, but to me, you're really the golden-throated blonde marvel of broadcasting.
Well, coming from you, that's a real compliment, Mr. Gilmore, because I know of no other trophy train manager who could take trains such as you have across the country, up and down the West Coast, back east, up to New England, back to New York, with as few foul-ups as befell the Bob and Ray Trophy.
Well, everything is beautiful.
Yes, it is, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Glad you enjoyed it. And the people are really, they're so pleased when they come off the trophy train after seeing things like Ray's old sneakers, his first tennis racket.
Everything is beautiful.
Yes, lady.
I think she's trying to get on the air.
Let me just say, she reminds me of Mrs. Miller that I used to hear.
No, it isn't Mrs. Miller.
Well, anyway, I want to say this, Wally, while I have this opportunity, that I have had the opportunity to listen to a great many broadcasters down through the years. I go way, way back to, say, Graham McNamee, and even before that, to Marty Glickman, even. And I would say this, that you don't have to carry anybody's bags. To me, you are the preeminent remote broadcaster in the broadcasting game today.
Well, let me just say this, Mr. Gilmore. In the weeks, well, months actually, that I've been assigned to the trophy train, I've watched you work, and I must say I'm a big fan of yours.
Well, let me just put it this way, that when it comes time to enter the Broadcasting Hall of Fame, I'm sure that the name Wally Ballou will certainly head that list. And if I have anything to do with it, I'll be the first to vote for it, believe me. And I know that this is no mutual admiration society here at all, that we each have our own little jobs
each doing
to do.
our job and doing it the best we can,
Let
the
me just
most
repeat,
workmanlike way.
For those who've just joined the broadcast, I'm just saying that Wally Ballou here is golden-throated, and he certainly is...
Blonde. You said I was blonde, too.
Golden throat, blonde beauty of broadcasting.
Right, thank you.
Everything is beautiful.
I said Mr. Gilmore was one of the best trophy-trained... Having fun out there, aren't they?
One of those broadcasts where they get complimenting one another.
Lady listener is here seated next to me, and we've just met only seconds ago, correct, ma'am?
That's right.
And you received no remuneration for taking part in our listener survey?
I'm sorry, what?
I say you received no remuneration for taking part in our listener comparison
No, I
survey.
received no remuneration.
According to the rules of this ongoing project, you listened to the Bob and Ray program and to another radio program. Is that correct?
That's true, I did.
And you decided at the end of a period of some 10 days that you liked one better than the other. Which one, ma'am?
I liked the Bob and Ray show better.
Would you give us your reasons?
Because all my white things seem to come out worlds wider, my colored things brighter.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'm in. Still at Coney Island, here is Wally Ballou.
Steeplechase Park here at Coney Island. The surf is beautiful. I don't know what the water temperature is today. We were talking between ourselves, Mr. Gilmore and I just want to say for the radio audience, Mr. Gilmore, what I told you in private. That is that of anybody in this country that the Bob and Ray organization could have hired to handle the operation of the trophy train, the many details it entails, I don't think they could have found anyone to do the job better than you. Certainly a bang-up performance, and I'm sure you're going to last a long time with the train.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ballou. Let me also say, while we have this opportunity, that in addition to be golden-throated and blonde, I think you're dulcet toned. And I think that you're a great credit to your broadcasting fraternity. And as I say, I've been standing here listening to you broadcast now for these many weeks as you traveled with us on the trophy train. And I've come to have a high regard for your ability to broadcast. Now, let me just...
sounds like a mutual admiration.
Let me just go on for just one moment. You know,
okay.
To make a great interviewer, a great broadcaster, you have to be able to ask incisive questions to bring out answers that will tell the story.
That's true.
Let me say that of all the broadcasters I've ever known and listened to down through the years, you ask the most important, incisive questions. You really get the story. It's been a pleasure for me to know you and to broadcast with you, Mr. Ballou.
Well, thanks very much, Mr. Gilmore. And whether it be Maryland crab cakes, fried clams, hot dogs, whatever, New England clam chowder, you're the most able food manager of any trophy train I've ever heard of. And what's more, you've made the schedule on time to every point on our destination map, and I'm sure that in the weeks to...
You know, it's so easy to take great broadcasters for granted. I'll never do that again. Not after I've seen the way you handled your broadcasting chores here on the trophy train. It's a monumental job you've done, one that will be etched into the Broadcasters Hall of Fame, I'm sure. And let me repeat, I hope I haven't said this too often. It has been a joy, a distinct privilege, a pleasure that I will long cherish. My association with you on this trophy train.
Goes double for me as far as trophy train managers. I hope I'll never travel.
Oh, what an adoration society.
Couple of idiots out there.
Close in 5 minutes.